Dom, I feel like
Yeah.
we're like literally getting the band back together, right? Like, not that we wore the same t-shirts and decided to wear our Emmy Bot shirts together.
Entirely on accident. But,
Show up, I'm like, well, I guess we're twinsies today. It's gonna work out. But anyways, if you're here, please engage in the chat. This is Matt and Dom stream, not a PAX 8 stream. So this is like the old school days. But I just thought it was really fun, Dom, because I made this stupid post, which has gotten like, I don't know, it's not a huge amount of comments, in fact, or likes,
99.
But they were just really good. But it got about 14,000 impressions. And I figured I'd go ahead and we could just read through them and then let people guess what we're actually doing. I don't know when we'll want to give it away, but you just let me know.
Create some mystery.
It did. And if nothing else, just a lot of fun responses. So let's dig in. This was the post right here. What in the world could Dom and I be doing with a moving van? Pop off if you have any guesses in the audience that is here with us today. All right, Keith Bartold. Dom, this one's dope, right? So mobile helipad. What do you think the odds are on being able to return a helipadded box truck? Like, I'm not sure.
You really only need to reinforce the inside. So if you took the frame out, I think it would be, and I think we got the waiver anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
We did. We got the insurance on it. Yeah. All right, Travis Woods, like, how else do you transport the electromagnetic pulse generator? About to execute his own Ocean 12 game plan, Dom. That was
I like that
pretty high score. I got that one's as a top for me right now so far. Yeah. All right, I'm down with it. James wants a job out of it. I don't know if that would be a good job, like best guesser at van usage potentially, but
perhaps.
All right, good. What movie is this, Dom? I feel stupid, but trying to get Anton to Stanford.
I don't know.
I gotta figure that out. I feel like I'm like John Fry. If you're out there, like, tell me how dumb I am.
Tell us.
Yeah, somebody tell me how bad I am. Okay, good. No, that's not it. All right, wanted a Porsche. That's all they had. That's logical. Like, who doesn't rent a Porsche? So I love that Keith flexes. He's like, welcome to borrow mine. So Dom, next time we're in California, let's take
need to borrow the Porsche. All right.
Make sure we get the insurance on it though, so we can use it for a helipad. Yeah, in case you're watching this stream has zero value. There's no cybersecurity learning happening at all. We're just going through stupid comments. They're great. This one was my favorite though. I will say I was thinking about the Kenosha Kickers. You know, the what is it? What was the song he's like talking about? You know, this Sheboygan, whatever it was. It was good. I love that one. I do not hate the war driving. Could you imagine the type of antennas you could place in a box van? Like, I could have a power generation capability. Yeah.
Just a 3 megawatt storm driving down the block. I mean,
dude, totally. Yeah. We'll be dropping drones out of the sky with that thing. Turns out it's the van that used to abduct Ludacris. Yeah, that's actually how we got him there. He actually required us to pick him up in a box van. I didn't know that was
pretty sure that was on the rider. Yeah.
It's right next to the red Skittles, right? Like, and we'll let y'all know what we're actually doing here in just a bit. We won't beleaguer the point. Felicia King. All right, I figure it was off the swag you collected on your latest trip. So she's not kidding. Combined with all your luggage that won't fit on the airplane ride home. This actually comes from a funny story. Felicia scooped me up in the middle of Wisconsin, and I had gotten stuck without my case. My case got stuck on the airplane. And so I'm presenting to this Milwaukee prosecutor's office kind of put together thing. And we were talking about prosecutorial challenge of cybersecurity. And I was wearing my Shady by Nature t-shirt, Dom. And a pair of shorts. Like, I was wearing like shorts like this, bro. Like, and I was like, I texted them at like midnight. I was like, hey, I'm not going to be in my suit. I'm not going to be dressed up really well. Like, are you guys okay with it? And they're like, well, we'll figure it out. I get there and there's a table like beard high with a chair behind it sitting there. And so I present like this. Anyway, so she's making a joke about that. And then she scooped me up afterwards. It was awesome. Shooting a moving movie, sure. That's well with it. Yeah, and he's not wrong. Like, he's actually, I would probably say without giving away, Dommy's the most accurate.
Oh, for sure.
I think so far.
Pretty close.
Like,
Pretty close.
At this point, yeah. Black Hat presentation. This one I giggled out loud. I had to actually reply. I was like, yeah. We stole a truck with 4 lines of Python.
You could try it with a Cybertruck. It would probably work. I'm just saying.
Yeah, totally. What do you just actually, you know what? See one of those Black Hat ones that has the signage on there that they park out in front of the street. What a better way to run a mobile penetration test rather than a mobile Penske? It's not wrong. I love a good pun. I'm down with a good pun every now and again. This was good. Eric Bowles. All right. I love that Matt Horning decided to be our director in this, Dom. So like he walks on a scene like a boss for the next reality show, rental van makeover. So you're gonna be rolling this one, dude. You
rental van makeover.
Is that it?
I mean, we could do that.
I see a kegerator for sure.
Kegerator.
Yeah.
Cracking rig.
A couple loft beds, right? You got to have that. Yeah, you got to have the mobile hacking rig for sure.
Aforementioned 3 megawatt antenna. I mean, we could
maybe
do
a solar panel kick out Bitcoin miner, right? That you can roll out like a grill. Yeah. This could be baller. I think he's on to something. Horning gets a win on this one. Yeah, we're going to Beyond. Sure, that was definitely during it. If there's not a DJ booth in there, I'm sorry, Carrie. There's no DJ booth. It's unfortunate. Yeah, we didn't. Roller disco. That'd be fun. I'd see a lot of broken legs in that scenario.
Small space for a roller disco.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. FBI surveillance van number 13. Yes, accurate, Mr. Dumas. All right, so you've both discovered your new passion is mobile barbers. Dom, is that it? Are we doing the mobile barber aspect?
Yeah, you just got to climb in the box truck. We couldn't afford AC though, so you're gonna have to sweat through your.
It's a smelly place for sure, but that helps the pores, right? It exfoliates.
Yeah,
it's very valuable.
Saves on steam.
So legit though, for our Shave Our Beard. Now remind you, Ian and Carrie were like the origin story of that, and then we raised like $250,000 in charity, shaving our beards with Slagle, a whole bunch of folks, Matt from PAX 8, a bunch of people, Matt Hache. But yeah, the dude literally had a barber van, and the barber's claim to fame was that he actually did mobile barbery. And in fact, he got to go to the Super Bowl as a guy that, because he used to or still does, I think, travel around and give the homeless people shaves, like take care of free stuff there. And what's funny is that chair he brought, I don't know if you know this, but he had not ever used that chair. I was like, how does this brother lug this big old chair out for this side by the street stuff? Like, wow, I'm impressed. No, he had just bought this 350-pound chair for this event because he's like, man, I figured this is a nice event. I wanted to class it up a little bit instead of just a bucket. I was like, okay. But I fell out of the van trying to carry it out, and I hurt myself pretty dearly, actually. That thing was heavy, bro, and it was raining. All right, what else we got? And then we'll move to the video of what we're actually doing. Yeah, red teaming the ultimate cyber heist, the physical world, true. Bank heist / commentary on the woes of accidentally publicly documenting and incriminating yourselves. Delicious.
Okay.
Brian, delicious. Yeah, we were filming it, right?
We were indeed.
I love the Lock It Up 2024 reference. That's dope. Glenn, so you know what this guy's referencing. When I speak, I often will put Glenn knows, but I'll often put my microphone in my beard. And the reason is if you put it on your lapel, the beard hits the mic and makes it go. But if you put it in your beard, it's with the beard. And so it turns with it.
Well, it hides really well, too. You can't see the mic at all.
It does. It's very nice. Yeah, it just goes right back there. It's perfect. Mark Jordan's a baller. Storing all the unlocked laptops y'all liberated. Yep. Rebooting Pimp My Ride Cyber Edition. Like, what would you do to pimp your ride Cyber Edition? Like, think about it, Dom. What would we have to do to make that work?
I mean, you just got to put equipment. And the challenge of the show is fitting it in whatever vehicle. Like, how many rigs can you actually fit in a 97 Civic?
Mine is like, I would probably say it's true. We'll take out this band pass box, put in 3 servers right here. This is where we're gonna start, Dom. And then and you have to have like a Faraday cage in my mind. So instead of a roll cage, it's done with a Faraday cage. Yeah, total. You have offensive wireless weapons as well on the outside. That'd be pretty baller. You can't do anything without that. Moving bodies, Christopher. You know how many bodies you could get in a moving van? Like Dom and I could clean up, bro. We're gonna be like, In fact, any vendor that's used hyperbolous or lying language around cyber, in the back. That's what we're doing. We're collecting them up. That's the whole thing. That's the whole shtick.
So that would also make a good show.
I think it'd be fun. I think Chris Roberts would come on for the taser edition. Yes. I think he'd come and bring the tasers. We could have Jason Slagle come on. Like, this would be very cathartic. It'd be very Office Space style, you know? All right, what else we got? Secure the vendor floors at PAX 8 and clear that sucker out like Grinch at Christmas. Not wrong. Those back doors are fairly easy to get in and out of. If you just look like a worker, they do not care. Yeah, you're good. You're like, what are you doing? Carrying out this carpet. Yeah, Brad Gross. It's never good to put an attorney in a moving hot box, I don't think.
No.
I mean, it might not reduce your rate. Let's just put it that way. I just can't believe people took the time to write the 100 of these things. I won't go through 100 of them, but anything else stand out to you, Dom, that you want to stop and chat
I like
about?
the hacking into every red light, because you could store the equipment to do that in the back and just never have a red light again.
So anybody in the audience, correct me later, but as a kid, that was one of the things that we genuinely thought you could do, because they had the early ones were detecting flashing lights of a certain speed, and then they would reset for like a in purpose an ambulance coming, so that way it would do that.
Right.
So I was that kid, like always flashing my lights as fast as I could at the traffic light. So like they might be reading a little. Kelsey might be reading a little too much into my diary there. Are you hacking the hotel? Always, Ronald, always. But I meant allegedly.
Allegedly.
Mobile podcast studio. It would be a pretty baller
podcast
studio.
Studio. There's plenty of room for a 2-person podcast.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Especially if somebody's driving, it would just add to the realism. In my mind, you'd just be like rolling around in it like Archer. Anyways, all right. Take home your swag. Yeah, there was so much swag for sure, Sean. Good to see you, brother. Got store those unlocked computers. Yeah, like you keep leaving them unlocked, bro. I'm gonna start snagging this. There's too much money in it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason. Security controls in a box. True story. All right. Why don't we not beleaguer the point anymore? Let's go ahead and submit what we're doing, Dom. What are we actually doing with this van? What were we there for?
Well, on the note of the movie being the closest.
True.
We've determined that Friday afternoon is not a great time for any of us to do a show. Like, we're ready for beer. You're probably already drinking beer. So we have an announcement to make. And in true PAX 8 Studios fashion, we made a big announcement. So let's check it out.
Let's roll it. Yo, Dom, what's up, man?
Just can't do it anymore, man.
What, the show?
No, man. It's just Friday. I'm not fresh. It's too much.
Listen, bro, I hear you. How you feel about Wednesdays?
Man, I could do Wednesdays. I'm hella fresh on Wednesdays.
PAX 8 Live's The Game is moving to Wednesday. Join Matt and Dom and their rotating squad of cyber guardians and heroes to the SMB.
Level up.
I'm so sorry about that, RH. Come on, let's go.
What's this noise you got on the radio? We need to level this up.
Live at 2 p.m. Mountain and on demand always.
On the move.
All right.
So good.
This is so fun. It's so stupid and campy, but it was fun. My favorite part was the hell afresh.
The hell
right? Like
afresh.
it was written in your script as hell space afresh. We're going to get hell afresh on Wednesdays. But in reality, we didn't see the same numbers we thought we'd expect late on a Friday afternoon for obvious reasons. Same reason Monday's not great for MSPs in the same definition. But the other thing, Dom, that I wanted to focus on too was we're changing the show, right? If y'all aren't aware, Dom and I have had a show. We've done many episodes with people like Phyllis Lee and John Strand and just awesome people, Andrew Morgan, Rob Ray, Rob Reck. I mean, amazing conversations. But we think that people are looking for more nerdy bits. And I'll be quite honest, Dom, I like the nerdy bits more. That's what makes my heart happy.
Yes.
And so what are we changing in the show, man? What are we going to try to go after in the next show starting next on the 26th?
Yeah, I mean, the nerdy bits. So, we're getting ready to do an episode where we'll dive a little bit further into real incident response, real analysis. And that's sort of the theme, right? We'll get into the tech. We'll look at actual techs. Maybe we'll try to recreate some, have more people like Merrill on. That episode was super popular because we talked about the technical bits of intro. So some of those personalities, still with some strategy, still with some important theming. We're still going to pick on people who don't patch their Screen Connect servers, but the meat of the show will be more technical, I think, for the most part.
Yeah, and tell me what you like. I mean, if you're seeing this afterwards, or if you're just commenting in general on the YouTube channel, like, I want to dig into the tools. I want to show things. I want to show attacks. I want to show stopping, and I want to show settings. I want to demonstrate things, which takes a little more work, right, Dom, to be prepared for, and it's harder to get guests that are willing to get in and get deeper in the details. But I think what's missing right now is there's a lot of rhetoric and there's a lot of discussion. There's not a lot of just like kinesthetic exposure to what we're seeing. And
Right.
I think that's what we're going to try to target and bring on guests that are willing to target. Like, hey, we saw this. Let's dig into it. What happened there? What did they do when they did this bypass? Why did this happen? What do we need to do to protect ourselves? Those
Right.
type of things. So if you're excited about that as well, join us Wednesday the 26th. Dom and I are going to have a good time. We won't be wearing matching shirts, I would wager, this time, although the possibility is fairly high with the swag count.
We have a fairly shared collection of swag, so we'll see.
It's true. It's true. It happens a lot. So anyways, Dom, thanks for joining me again. I'll see you next week on Wednesday.